Meraki TV is proudly brought to you by George Focus of Focus Beyond, education for investing wisely.
Yasas, I'm Anna Savo and this is Meraki TV, brought to you by George Focus of Focus Beyond, education for investing wisely. Tonight's show, we talk to one of the most talented gentlemen of Greek music, George Constandinou. Helen makes the tastiest shoes we've ever seen. The kids play Eat It or Wear It, and of course, there's all the glitz and all the goss. But first up, Greek-English comedian Katerina Vrana. Born and raised in Greece, based in London, lived in India. She's smart, feisty and deliciously honest. To tell us more, here's Maria Chochlastu with Katerina Vrana.
Katerina, welcome to Meraki TV.
Thank you so much. It's lovely to be here.
You have been a comedian for how long?
I started doing stand-up in 2009, so it's now 7 years.
So what did you do before that?
I'm an actress, so I was going to say I was always kind of around comedy. So when I started acting, I started doing comedy improvisation, then I was writing comedy sketches, so it was a very natural step to end up in stand-up. So you actually
applied for a role in...
many. They used to send me up for Greek parts.
You were not Greek enough, is that right?
For Troy.
That was for Troy.
Troy. They lined us up and they said that I'm not Greek enough. I'm too fair. And I was like, I'm the only Greek in the room. Everyone else was like Bulgarian, Croatian, Polish. And a Polish girl got the part. And I was like, please.
So how did you actually get into the comedy?
It was through, I started doing comedy improvisation to loosen up, to be able to speak English faster and without translating in my head. And then that led on to comedy sketch writing. And that led on to, I mean, I've always had comedy inclinations because I like taking the piss, I like making fun, I like joking around. So it was a very natural process.
So what does the future hold for Katerina Vrana?
Well, my general plans are global domination.
Okay. Step
by step, country by country. We'll see, I don't know.
What motto do you live by?
Do I live by motto?
Some advice somebody has given you that you...
Oh, no advice that anyone has given me has ever been any good.
Okay.
I generally try to go by my gut and I try to not have many regrets. You're always going to have regrets, I think, but I try to avoid the big ones. Mainly eating. My motto would involve something with eating. Tρώγετε φάτο. Something like that.
So recently you did a speech for TEDx, is that right?
For TEDx Thessaloniki, yes. I was asked to do a bit for my show about what it's like being Greek, living abroad, and to do it in English, and that was filmed, and it's a clip that's gone over 1 million views on YouTube, which is amazing.
Which I've seen, and I think it's fantastic.
Thank you so much. And that then became, I worked on it more, and it became a whole show. It became Feta with the Queen. So now that I look at it,
just the wording, really, Feta with the Queen is...
Oh, I thought it was such a nice title. It's such a nice title. Just because everyone knows Tea with the Queen.
Just thinking about it. Have you actually done comedy shows in Greece, completely in Greek?
Yes. That's mainly what I do. In Greece, I do shows mainly in Greek.
Do Greeks find them as funny as what they would in England? Is it a different kind of comedy?
No. But the language is different, so the pace is different. And... the timing is different, and we laugh with different things. My favorite audience is Greek Australians, because to you guys, I can perform in English, and whenever there's a Greek word needed, I can throw it in there, and they get what's funny about it. Whereas
we connect with you.
Bilingual is my favorite thing. If I could go between the two languages constantly and pick the funniest of the two, because there's some words in Greek that you can't translate, like to spit. In Greek, you say μια ροχάλα, which is a brilliant one.
It's a bit more than a spit, the ροχάλα.
It's a. But what's the word for it in English? That's what I mean. There's no
Katerina, it was fantastic speaking to you.
It was lovely talking to you.
Looking forward to the show.
Delia.
Guys, up next, the kids get messy. Really messy with the Eat It or Wear It challenge. If you do try this at home, we warn you, there will be lots of cleaning up. And if you do try it at home, then please take photos and tag us.
Welcome to Meraki TV Eat It or Wear It challenge. Μέσα στο ποτήρι έχουμε νούμερα από το 1 μέχρι το 16 και κάθε νούμερο έχει το φαγητό του. Το κάθε παιδί θα διαλέξει 5 νούμερα. Ή θα το φάει ή θα το φορέσει. 3. Πατά. Βούτυρο. Eat it or wear it. Κοίτα. 15. Γαλακτοπορικό. Eat it or wear it. Oh my God. 14. Eat it or wear it. Φορέσω. Γιάι. 1. Olive oil. Eat it or wear it. Now move your whole through my hair. Honey, you gonna eat it or wear it? Eat all that. Oh, I love them. 8. Oh. 12. Eat it or wear it. Oh. 11. Halva. Yeah. 16, the last one. But don't shove it. Don't shove it in my hand. Don't shove it in my hand, Loki. Oh, come on. I want to buy it. Don't shove it in my hand. I said don't shove it. Got him off. Oh. I have 5 things already. I have 5 things already. But then you did it. Here we go. No. You might want to move, right? Thanks for watching Meraki TV. We Eat It or Wear It challenge. Challenge.
It's time for an income breakthrough. To free yourself from working for money, have your money work for you. George Focus of Focus Beyond will show you step by step how to generate income from the share market irrespective of if it goes up or down. Access resources that do the hard work for you and devote no more than 60 minutes a month so you can enjoy financial freedom and time with family. To change your life forever, go to focusbeyond.com now. Eramia Home Care Services. It's so difficult asking for help. Take the stress out and enjoy precious time because there's no place like home. eramia.com.au. IssyJewelry.com. Evil Eye Jewelry and unique fun pieces. Use the exclusive Meraki TV 20 discount code until June 30 for 20% off. IssyJewelry.com. Issy is you. Whether it's Melbourne, Darwin, Queensland, something exotic, or just perfect Greece, call Mega Travel 9824 2427.
George Constandinou grew up in a musical family. His passion for the drums, though, came from within. Picking his instrument early on and mastering it soon after with very little tuition. His destiny took him to Greece to play with Anavisi and Geti Garbi. But in his heart, he has always been the consummate family man. It was an absolute honour to sit and chat with a great gentleman of Greek music here in Australia. George Constandinou, welcome to Meraki TV.
Thank you for having me. It's an honour.
How long have you been drumming for?
Probably about 7 years old, probably. Yeah.
7?
7, yeah. My uncle was a drummer.
And is he the one who taught you?
No. Yeah, quite. Well, frankly, my brother taught me, who was Christaki.
Yeah.
And he just showed me, the Greek rhythms, on chairs. And
on chairs?
Yeah,
Hang
on chairs. Yeah,
chairs?
Pretty much on chairs, That's where I started it all, and until I was about 11 and a half and I got my first drum kit.
At what point do you sort of start playing in public?
12.
Wow.
I started going to the old Mykonos with my brother. So we used to do shows. And I was about that high, and every time I'd get behind the drum kit, I'd have to put the stool up. And then when I reached about 14 years old, we started nightclubs, meaning 5 nights a week. Some clubs were even 6 nights a week. So that was pretty much the university of how I've become who I am today.
Yeah. So you're playing in clubs from
Yep.
the age of 14.
Yep.
How does life progress from there? What happens?
Big break for me actually was I was very fortunate in the year 2000. I got the opportunity to actually go to Greece and perform with Geti Garbi and Anavisi. My wife actually pushed me to go.
God bless
So,
her.
yeah, she's amazing, my wife. I couldn't do this without her, I'll tell you. And, we thought about going to try it, to live there, raise the kids there. But it was just a little bit hard for me because at the time I had 2 kids as well. And I just thought, I've got to make a drastic decision here. So I thought, come back to Australia, let my kids get educated here in Australia. So I just made that choice. That's pretty much.
Favourite memory from those days?
Favourite memory. Okay.
Almost scandalous. We don't mind. One or the other.
I mean, obviously working, in front of 4,000 people, without a doubt, every night. It was just crazy. I get goosebumps just thinking about it. So
how do you play to 4,000 people every night and then come off stage and go back into normal family man mode?
It's crazy because when I'm on stage, I'm a different person. I just feel that. I feel like I'm at home, believe it or not. When I'm behind the drum kit, it's like I'm just so at ease with myself.
Most of us, we have an impression of the music industry. We
Yeah.
imagine that, there's a lot of drugs, sex
Yeah.
and rock and roll, as they say.
Definitely.
How do you be a family man amongst all of that? How do you...
Thank my dad. My dad, yeah. That's probably, he was my rock. And my brothers as well.
What's your favourite song?
My favourite song, believe it or not, would be one of my brother's own compositions.
Yeah.
Taxidevo. Yeah.
Strangest gig you've ever played?
Strangest gig would be on a boat and trying to play exactly. I was just about to make that motion.
Most beloved gig?
I'd have to say Greece for sure. Yeah, with Anavisi and Geti Garbi. To me, that was up there for me. That was just, I was in heaven. And the musos as well. All the musos in Greece are just the musos I worked with anyway. I even had the opportunity when I was there in Greece to actually play on Angie Samil's album.
Oh, wow.
So, because the keyboard player at the time, he was the maestro for her album.
You
Pretty
squeezed a lot into 8 months.
good. Yeah, I did. I was pretty busy.
Wow.
Yeah, pretty busy. I've had a good life, I've been grateful with my music and I'm still able to play, which is, a big bonus for me, and I'll never stop playing. As long as my legs can move, my hands can move, I'll be 100 and I'll still go on, that's for sure. So
I love it. I love
Yeah.
that idea. And on that note, George, thank you so much for your
thank
time
you
today.
for having me. It's been an honour and a pleasure.
Hi guys, and welcome back to Helen's Cuisine. Tonight we've got a little treat for you. Papoutsakia, shoes, or if you want the reverse moussaka. Beautiful, simple, lots of protein in it for those people who are low carb. To start with, you need some beautiful fresh eggplant. The bigger the better, I say. What you'd like to do is scoop out all of the filling within the eggplant. Salt it, set it aside and let all that moisture go away. Once it's ready, probably about 10 to 15 minutes, you rinse it off and then pop them in the oven for about 10 minutes until they're slightly cooked and they're ready to serve. We're going to start with our lamb. So what you need for your lamb is half a kilo of lamb mince, our onion and our garlic, and we're going to go over to the cooktop and prepare that. To start with, I've got about 1/4 cup of olive oil in my pan on medium heat. To that, I'll add my 1 diced onion. I also have 2 finely crushed garlic. So I'm slightly cooking our onion off. You just want it to be translucent, and just before it starts to turn brown, you pop your mince in there. So our mince, onion and garlic have been cooking for about 5 minutes, nice and brown. It's about now that you want to add your salt and pepper, your little bit of parsley. This is so flavoursome, guys. And to add that extra bit of zhuzh, I like to put in about 1 tablespoon of oregano, dried oregano. A little bit of a hint for you guys is to make sure when you're cooking your mince, you want it to be dry before you add your tomato. Otherwise, it's just going to get too moist. So whilst that's bubbling away, you want to put it on really, really low heat and let it simmer until all the juice is gone. So we've got our mince simmering away over there, and we're about to make our bechamel sauce. Medium-sized saucepan, low heat, 50 grams of butter, in it goes. So our butter's melted away. To that, we'll add 1 cup of flour. Give it a really good whisk. Make sure all the flour is blended in. To that, you can add about 1/4 teaspoon of pepper and 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon. I love it. It enhances the flavour. We've got our butter and our flour simmering away. To that, we'll add 1 cup of milk and whisk really briskly. So we're looking for a medium consistency. We don't want it too thick and we don't want it too runny. To that, we'll add about 1/2 cup of cheddar cheese. I love my cheese. So our papoutsakia are ready to assemble. We've got our mince, we've got our bechamel sauce, got my extra cheddar cheese and my parsley ready to dish them up. You simply get a scoop of this beautiful mince, place it into your eggplant. We're going to finish it off with our bechamel. Nice generous amount. Sprinkle of cheddar cheese. You can use some breadcrumb if you like, but I love my cheese. And a little bit more of that beautiful fresh parsley. 180-degree oven, less than 10 minutes to cook, and they're ready to eat. So there we have it, guys. Our papoutsakia took all of 20 minutes. These are delicious. Καλή όρεξη.
DJ Crazy Con presents Grease 2016, the 17th installment in his iconic Grease CD series. 20 tracks of Greece's biggest artists: Pantelidis, Chiamos, Pretos, Master Tempo, Salty, Dalidis, Vegas, Knockout, and many more. Plus a trademark super mix by superstar Greek-Australian DJ producer Crazy Con. Get your hands on the hottest Greek CD this year, Grease 2016.
valetsalons.com.au. Enjoy the ultimate Hollywood hair and body experience right here in Kogarah with Valet. Mention Meraki TV for a $25 hair treatment free with any service. valetsalons.com.au. The Many Faces of Hellenic Culture, a fascinating read by author Billy Kotsis, who takes us to the Greek colonies of the Mediterranean, Black Sea, Asia Minor and the Middle East. Available from Amazon and anywhere good Greek books are sold.
Mount Olympus, the Creation is a new documentary by award winner Athena Krikeli. The highest mountain in Greece and home of the Greek gods, it documents its geographical, historical and geological significance. If you like sweets and are in Sydney, lock in July 8 in your diary. Sweet Street, the dessert festival by celebrity pastry chef Anna Poliviou, will be in the grand ballroom of the Shangri-La Hotel. One big sugar rush of luku anas, entu gelato, watermelon cake, colourful eclairs and more surprises. A Life of Its Own, The Truth About Medical Marijuana by Helen had its world premiere. A labour of love, Helen spent the past 2 years filming and researching the subject. A Life of Its Own is screening as part of the Canadian Film Festival Hot Docs, the world's leading documentary film festival, which is in Australia for the first time this year. Despite its economic woes, life goes on for the super rich in Greece. Portocheli, located on the southern tip of the Peloponnese, has become the equivalent of the south of France. Luxury group Aman has launched another property, Villa 20, available to rent for those who can. Overlooking the Aegean Sea and with 6 levels, it has 9 bedrooms, 6 pools, including an indoor one, living, dining areas, a state-of-the-art gym, a spa, and comes with a host and chef. The term villa does not do it justice. Funny man Angelo Tsaroukas received the prestigious Odysseus Award in Athens at the Cinema Alkionis for Best Performance in Back to Sparta. Understandably so. Take a look.
I was doing a gig, and after the gig, the guy came up to me and he said to me, you seem very proud about your Greek heritage. And I was like, I am. I never changed my name. And he goes, why wouldn't you change your name? And I said, too many people died for me to have this name.
My name at birth is Evangelos Petros Tsaroukas. That's right, my Greek name. My parents' names are Peter and Debbie. My parents leave this country, Greece.
My dad left after Civil War in Greece in '49, came to Canada, 15 years old, didn't know the language and stuff. And I think part of what I do in my career, I look at our parents and say, how do they do it?
Salty Bag's label has been winning with its campaign and fashion line Road to Rio. Up until now, Greek sailing teams have donated their recycled sails and the company has upcycled them into fashion items and accessories. Profits of these bags going back to the sailing champions to help them on their road to Rio Olympics. George Kalambaris' new venue, Hellenic Hotel, is open. The former Hobson's Bay Hotel in Williamstown, Melbourne, is now Hellenic, serving counter meal classics with a Greek touch. 3 years in the making, it houses a Greek-style taverna downstairs and a public bar with veranda seating upstairs. Backup singer of Radio Birdman and frontman of late 80s Aussie rock band The Hitmen, Johnny Canis, has a new single coming out on July 4, an explosive remake of Elvis Presley's Edge of Reality, and features the legendary Jimmy Barnes. It's a hit. Let's go down memory lane. Here's Johnny Canis on Countdown.
I saw your picture in a magazine. We talked about the places that you've been with another guy that I know. You left me all alone. You didn't tell me, man. You didn't tell me, man.
Παιδιά, great having your paria yet again. Before we go, a big thank you to our major sponsor tonight, George Focus of Focus Beyond, Education for Investing Wisely. And our special guests, Katerina Vrana, George Constandinou, Kiri, Jeremiah and Marae. Tonight, I'm leaving you with one of my favorite Katerina Vrana skits of all time, the Greek Taverna. Until next week, παιδιά, φιλάκια from me, Anna Savo.
Λοιπόν, πρέπει να σας πω ότι μετά από 10 χρόνια πλέον έξω έχω ανακαλύψει ποιο είναι το καλύτερο πράγμα στην Ελλάδα. Είναι όχι μόνο το καλύτερο πράγμα, είναι το καλύτερο πράγμα στον κόσμο κατά τη γνώμη μου. Και είναι ένα ελληνικό, είναι ελληνικό πράγμα, εντάξει. Η ελληνική ταβέρνα. Είναι το καλύτερο. Χες τον Παρθενώνα. Βασικά κάτω ταβέρνα. Εντάξει. Είναι το καλύτερο πράγμα στον κόσμο. Εντάξει. Έξω το πολύ που θα σου δώσει κάποιος είναι 5, 6, 8, 10 πιάτα κάπου εκεί. Στην Ελλάδα δεν ξέρω ποια γιαγιά έχουν κλειδώσει στην κουζίνα να μαγειρεύει. Αλλά είναι ατελείωτο. Και γίνεται το εξής, όπου έρχεται ο σερβιτόρος και σου λέει: Γεια σας, παιδιά, τι κάνετε? Λοιπόν, σας πω λιγάκι τι έχουμε σήμερα, εντάξει. Λοιπόν, από πρώτα έχουμε χωριάτικια, αγκοροντομάτα, βλήτα, πατζάνια, λαχνοκαρότα, αναμίχτη, τάτο, σκόρτα, κολοκυθάκια, μελτζανοσαλάτα, τερμοσαλάτα, τυροκαυτερή, τζατζίκι, πατάτες τηγανιτές, τηγανόψαμα, κολοκυθόπιτα, κολοκυθοπυρόπιτα, στανονακόπιτα, τυρόπιτα, τυροκροκέτες, φέτα, ψητήξι, νομιζίθρα, λαδοτήρι και φτεδάκια, τοματοκευτέδες, κολοκυθοπιτέδες, σαρδέλες, τα ποδάκια στα καρβούνα, χτωποδάκια ψητάτα, καλαμαράκια, μαρίδες, ανθερίνες, μπαρμπουνάκι. Τι θέλετε? Λοιπόν, χωριάτια, αγκοροντομάτα, βλήτα, ματζάρια, λαχανοκαρότα, ανάμεικτη, τάκο, σκόρτα, κολοκυθάκια, μελτζανοσαλάτα, τερμοσαλάτα, τυροκαυτερή, τζατζίκι, πατάτες τηγανιτές, τηγανόψαμο, κολοκυθόπιτα, τυρόπιτα, σπανακόπιτα, τυρόπιτα, τυροκροκέτες, φέτα, ψητήξι, νομιζίθρα, λαδοτήρι και φτεδάκια, τοματοκευτέδες, κολοκυθοπιτέδες, σαρδέλες, τα πόδια στα καράβια, χτωποδάκια στη σιδάτο, καλαμαράκια, μαρίδες, ανθερίνες, μπαρμπουνάκι. Εντάξει. Λοιπόν, από μαγειρευτά έχουμε φάβα και τσαφακέσι, μάμπρια, φασολάκια γεμιστά, παστίτσιο, μουσακά, λαχανοδολμάδες, κολοκυθαντή γεμιστή, μακαρόνια με κιμάμι, μασχαράκι, το κινηστό, χοιρινό, λιμονάτο, κοτόπουλο, λιμονάτο, κοτόπουλο στο φούρνο, κόκκαρα, κραστάτο, γιουβέτσι, αρνάκι στην κάθρα, αρνάκι στο φούρνο, κουνέλι, τέλος πάντων. Τη ώρα έχουμε μπριζόλα, χοιρινή, μπριζόλα, μασχαρίσια, μπιφτέκι, λουκάνικο, σουβλάκι, χοιρινό, σουβλάκι, κοτόπουλο, κοτόπουλο, χάρι, παϊδάκι, αρνί, παϊδάκι. Σε φταλιά, κοντοσούβλικο, κορέτσι, μπεκρή, μεζέ. Όλα αυτά με τι τα θέλετε, πατάτες τηγανιτές, πατάτες φούρνου, ρύζι, μακαρόνια. Είναι ατελείωτο! Και τρως μέχρι που χάνεις την εκτίμηση για τον εαυτό σου. Και μετά παραγγέλνεις μια σόδα. Και την ξαναβρίσκεις. Και συνεχίζεις. Στην Αγγλία πάνε στο εστιατόριο 15 άνθρωποι, τρώνε, έρχεται ο λογαριασμός, διέρεσε τον για 15. Όχι! Ξαναζητάς το μενού όλοι, ανοίγεις, βλέπεις τι έχεις πάρει και υπολογίζεις. Ένας. Πήραμε ένα ποτήρι κρασί. Ένα μπουκάλι κρασί έχει πόσα ποτήρια? 6. Λοιπόν, ένα ποτήρι κρασί. Και πήρες τη σαλάτα, 7,85 η σαλάτα. Συν εδώ πέρα. Στην Ελλάδα πλακωνόμαστε για το ποιος θα πληρώσει. Κάνεις παγαποντιές όπου πας από πριν, κάνεις ό,τι πας τουαλέτα. Πιάνεις τον γκαρσόνι. Τα κανονίσω εγώ. Έρχεται ο λογαριασμός, το κανόνισε ο κύριος. Έλα τώρα! Με θίγεις! Όχι, το πλήρωσες εσύ περασμένη φορά. Δεν γίνεται και δεν είναι κατάσταση αυτή. Έτσι δεν είναι. Βέβαια, αυτοί ξεπεράσαν την κρίση και εμείς πτωχεύουμε, οπότε... Πόσες τερμοσαλάτες? 3 και εσύ 2. Λοιπόν.
Meraki TV is proudly brought to you by George Focus of Focus Beyond, education for investing wisely.